Hello everyone, it's Adam here. I need to move the bike out of the corner. it's kind of in the corner right now. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. It's a little better. Okay, so wow, long time no see. The 701 has a naked front end. More on that later. These are the Husqvarna 701 Power Parts handguards. They're actually made by Barkbusters. So you've got this aluminum rail here. This is for my Hippo Hands Velcro mount, so that'll be coming off. This runs down. You've got this plastic piece here, which you can easily replace if you need to. And it goes into a standard kind of connector right here. Same on both sides. Good coverage. Let's look from the rear here. So you can see the rear coverage right there and how that looks on that. So these are OEM, meaning they are a Husqvarna KTM part. Like most companies these days, they don't make anything, they just sell other people's stuff and rebrand it. I'm going to remove these for this season. Here's why. We're going Probend with the Cycra mounts. I paid full price for these. I did not realize they are full of holes. Being a GS Adventure owner, I hate wind. And so, well, these are obviously, it's the wrong side. These are obviously going to let, that is the wrong, bitch. There we go. So you can see here, these are the Power Parts handguards. And then if you follow there, these are the Cycra handguards. So they are smaller and they are perforated. Let all that wind through. I'm going to install them. The biggest reason I like these is because of the, well, this bendable outer piece, which is not, this is not the right size or side, but this goes here and then it bends. As I'm going through this unboxing, I'm becoming less and less excited. I didn't rehearse for this. I just bought them. They were $200 and I'm stupid. What's this? Looks like these little winglets here. I don't know where these things go. Little winglets. It's still aluminum. Looks like cast aluminum. No, could be forged actually. I'll look at the spec sheet. But yes, this is left side. This is right side. So basically, this will end up coming out here like that. So they're a little bit tighter than the Power Parts. So you see there's the same buttonhole, but you can see how this comes a little bit in versus where the Barkbuster does. Let's get them installed. We'll get them installed. We'll see how it goes. I'm less excited than I was before, but yeah, here's the box. It's the it's part number 124376, and they are Husqvarna blue and sold by Rottweiler Performance. They were like $200. Here's the instructions. Yeah, I don't see, I guess, it looks like I can buy a different cap to make them solid, maybe. And then here's the installation. Let's just get this rolling. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let's just get this rolling and then we'll see if we like it in the end. So before and after, I wanted to note one thing for you guys. So I have the, I'm in supermoto mode. I don't want to reveal the big finish here. Again, there's no fairing on here right now for reasons. And you're probably thinking, well, don't the Cycra Probends come around and actually hook to the upper handlebar clamp? They do. Well, then, Adam, isn't this going to be in the way? It is. Why do you guys that subscribe to the channel think that I posted a review video this last week? So that I can take it off. Well, where are you going to put your Garmin? That's for me to know and you to find out. I'm terrible at this. Anyway, yeah, you can't have anything here if you're going to do these, because these Probends, they come around and they hook into, well, they go here on those two bolts there, and you need to have nothing there. So that's got to go. But Adam, what are you gonna put there? Don't worry about it. All right, the Power Parts part is off. You can ignore this big thing here. This is gonna be moving as well. someday. So as you can see here, we have the Probend upper handlebar clamps right here. And you can see how it looks in the front. Not bad at all. We're going to proceed now with installing the left side of this. I want to show you how this thing goes on. So, or how it's assembled. So you have your left hand side right now, so be facing. You can see these little guys, you're going to have like 6 or so of them. These here go on the insides, 1, 2, and 3. You'll also notice I'm using the smaller of the mounts. They give you 2 different handlebar sizes. They give you a larger diameter one here, so you can replace this if you want to, but you keep the same end piece. You can assemble it off the bike. Make sure when you put the slide on there that the little groove right there is in the right hole, so that groove is on there. That way when you screw it in, this will have place to go. If you get resistance after 3 or 4 turns, you'll know you're not lined up. If you are lined up, it'll go into here just enough to be able to expand this thing and tighten into the hole. So you have these little pieces on the inside. If you look on the outside, what I've done is I've ran the plastic soft piece on the outside of the metal, run under here. If you look underneath the blue thing there, you'll notice a little indentation right there. That indentation is where this guy hooks into. So that goes in, this other thing clips on top of it. You're going to slide that on. You don't have to actually fully push this onto the bar. You could just start threading it. And then once you've had both screws here threaded, you can tighten it down. So steps are assemble this guy and then hook this side piece on with 1 screw. Then put this over, hook those 2 screws in, and then tighten all 3 screws down at the same time, and you'll get nice fitment. Now, at the start of the video, I was complaining about too much airflow. Very true, lots of airflow. It actually is size-wise smaller than the Power Parts one, but Sycra does give you these winglets. So you've got one here, and you have one right there, and then you can screw these in. I would say, because they're plastic, screw them in once and don't take them back out seasonally. They probably say you can take them out seasonally, but it is plastic. So I'm going to put them in one time and just leave them in there because I hate wind. Once all that's done, winglets are on, then you can go over to the bike and you're going to use one of these 2 remaining longer bolts. Remember, the really long bolts are used for your handlebar clamps. This goes into here and it's flush right in one of those holes, whichever size you need to fit your handlebars. They give you 3 options there. Tighten everything down and you're done. My opinion is that there's no thread locker needed. They do include a little tool there. It does not mention thread locker on here. So I'm going to assume that you do not need thread locker. I will put a little bit on these bolts, but no, that's it. All right, let's get back to it. These are installed now. I want to make attention to a couple things. The first one is notice these little hooks on the top and the bottom. You do hook those into place so that holds it on both sides. You only need to screw on one side. In addition, you're not screwing into plastic. You're screwing into these bits here. So there's a washer, the screw, and then a washer. On the other side, you have this. Don't over tighten it. And I used a little bit of Loctite 243. 242 is fine too. Just to make sure that holds in there. I don't think it's going to back out because the plastic is kind of always resisting it, but there's your rear view and your front view. Let's install on the bike. So I have the controls where I like them. So when I'm here, I like to be down there, obviously, and you can kind of see how everything here is basically angled up for me. So pretty much where I want it to be. But if you look at where the Probends go, the issue is the Power Parts ones from Barkbusters, they give you this articulation here, in and out, and this clamp here to move up or down. On these, because you are bolting directly into the handlebars, this is fixed. There's really nowhere else for this to go. And it's one orientation. If you flip it and go the other direction, it's going to be down here. So given that, they give you 3 options for choices. You can see you have 1, 2, 3 screw holes, and then 1, 2, 3 screw holes there. On this side, I ended up finding it be most comfortable putting on the outer one, outer and inner. On this one, outer and then middle, like that. But if you look at it straight on, looks fine. If you look up from the side, you'll see that the controls are a little low from where I would like them to be. You can see more pronounced on the throttle side. So I kind of like my controls to sit behind the aluminum. So, you know, right now it's a little low. So I may just temporarily move the handlebar back a little bit. It's funny to adjust my ergonomics because of a Farkle, but I don't want this to bind on anything, especially when I put Hippo Hands over this. And that'll be my next thing. I'll show you guys in a second the Hippo Hands look on this. But let's move this handlebar back a little bit by loosening those 4 bolts and just adjusting it slightly. So this is kind of a final video view of what these look like on the 701 LR. I'm still not happy with the height of these. See how this is not perpendicular with the lever, how it goes slightly below it. That may be normal for these. The only way to fix this would be to impact my ergonomics of standing and wanting these levers to be lower. You can see how I've moved things where the brake lever is straight. So I want this to be low and I want this to be at the same level, but I can't do that because these come off the handlebars at a fixed height. Another pet peeve that I'm not quite sure what's going on, if you look at them side by side like this, you'll notice that the passenger side is higher. Right, and you see it's more pronounced the lower you get. I did notice that there is a slightly larger gap on the passenger versus driver side. But at the same time, I'm still not quite sure what's going on there and why that's so pronounced. And again, it's even more pronounced on this side as you look at the lever in relation to the line here. It's pretty low. And then finally, the view from the rear. This is what you see from the back side there. We'll see. I'm gonna obviously stick with them. Very stout. I'm sure they do fine. Let's do the Hippo Hands on them and see how that looks. So here's the rear view with the Hippo Hands. These are the new model. So, you know, when you compare it to the Power Parts version, which is this right here, obviously these are going to be not as tall. The Cycras are much taller. And so because they're much taller, you can see how that comes up there. This doesn't fall flat like it does with the Power Parts version, which I'm not really too against. It is keeping the wind off your hands, but it's not forming a bubble. But on the other side, yeah, same kind of problem. You know, it fits perfectly. I wouldn't complain about this from a fitment standpoint, but it's just not the, well, let me try something different, 1 second. Yeah, there's not really much I can do about that height issue. Here it is on the front of the bike. The people that have Cycras and Hippo Hands might be kind of low, but it looks kind of stupid from this angle, primarily because of this lip here. There's really not much I can do about. You know, it just kind of is what it is. But, you know, they do fit, obviously. If you're going to be riding in the wintertime, then this works just fine. I have no thoughts or reviews yet. A lot of people comment on these videos like a year or two later and ask me for thoughts, and I'm happy to respond with a review item. But at the moment, I haven't ridden it, so it is what it is. But, yeah, you know, we'll give them a shot for a year. I may end up going back to the Power Parts if I need to. But for now, let's end the video. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it, and ride safe.